beautiful O'Malley Field here on the very beautiful campus of Benedictine College. 42-0 your score just under a minute before kickoff. Let's go to Daryl, though. By the way, I'm Colton Spearman, subbing in for Doc today, along with Daryl Obermeyer. But let's go to Daryl now. Some scores from around the HAC and other college football scores from around the nation.
Well, we have two scores in the games in the HAC we haven't heard from yet. Culver Stockton is at number 14 Missouri Valley, and Central Methodist is at Graceland. Both of those were 2 p.m. kickoffs. But Mid-American Nazarene is leading Evangel 24-0. Baker 21-0 over Avila, and 42-0 Benedictine over Peru State here in Atchison. So three shutouts going on right now in the Heart of America Athletic Conference. And around the country, a couple of scores in so far. Kansas State has upset Oklahoma 31-30.
Woohoo!
And in the Big 12 also, Maryland leading Iowa 31-21 in the Big 10, excuse me. And then in Big 12, West Virginia leading Baylor at 34-27. That's with 11 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
You don't happen to know how CU might be doing against UCLA, do you?
Well, I would imagine that'd be a later kickoff, wouldn't it? With that time zone, I bet that would
be a little later kickoff.
That'd be a little later on. We could try as the game goes on, find a source here on the computer to get a few more scores as we wrap up the game later in the day.
And of course, getting ready for kickoff here, back 42-0 as the 15-minute clock has just been put up again. Benedictine received the first half, so they'll be kicking off here to start the second half. They're going to be kicking off left to right on your dial. Left, again, is the north, right the south. Peru State going to be fielding the ball. They'll be returning it from right to left. So let's see if Peru State's got a miracle in their bag. 42-0. They have a big deficit to try and overcome here, but if Benedictine can, my rule is if one team can do it, the other team can as well.
Yeah, there's a big game going on up the road. We haven't gotten a score on either. Pittsburgh State at 5-1, Northwest Missouri 6-0. They're playing this afternoon up in Maryville.
That is going to be a really big game.
And I'm kind of looking for a score on that. That's a big game in the MIAA.
All right, so second half just underway. Kickoff there, as that's a nice spiraling kick picked up at the 5-yard line by Peru State, brought up to the 20, up to the 25, the far side of the field on the sideline. He's going to be tackled. He backtracks just a little bit. They'll give him a forward progress up to the 27. Peru State going to be taken over there from the 27-yard line.
That's Malik Pittman on that return for the Bobcats.
So here now, 14:52. Let's see if Peru State can come out and get some things going here in the third quarter. They'll line up at the 27.
Yeah, you're saying, Colton, you had to take off fairly soon after the game. What you need to do sometime is go to an away Peru game. The parents put on a post-game meal. It's pork chops today. They have a grill out behind here. Today it's pork chops. The parents bring other potatoes, salads, and everything to go along with it.
That sounds so good. That's going to be a quarterback keeper there. There's Shepard. He backtracks a little bit. He's going to fall for a loss there. He had nowhere to go. Didn't get any help from his pulling tackle left in the backfield. That's going to be a loss of 4 on the play. That brings up second and 14.
Yeah, Trombley going to the left with him, but he wasn't able to make a pitch to him. I think if he'd gotten the ball to Trombley, maybe some yards could have been made, but there were just too many defenders for Benedictine that had broken up that play. And also, Jackie and I bring the tables for it. There's 8 tables we set up for the players afterwards.
Yeah.
We have tables and a back seat full of bananas we brought along with us today.
I just ate a sandwich, but you're going to make me hungry. Peru State in the veer still. That's going to be another option play. He's going to pitch it to the right side. Here's Spearman. Spearman gets up. He's going to fight his way forward. He's a yard behind, a gain of 3 on the play, a yard behind the original line of scrimmage. That brings up third now and 11 from the 27-yard line, original line of scrimmage at the 28.
There's a big game going on in the KCAC today. Tabor, which is nationally ranked and the highest ranked team in the KCAC, is trailing Friends right now.
Oh, wow.
At the end of the first quarter.
Kansas Collegiate Athletic Conference, a very strong conference there.
Yeah, and Peru State actually defeated Friends earlier in the season, and here they are actually leading an nationally ranked team with Friends. Friends leading Tabor right now.
Third and 11, 4 wide receivers for Shepard. He's back to pass. He'll throw it automatically. Screenplay. That's going to be combined to Smith. Smith working his way up to the 35-yard line, Forward progress to about the 36, He'll be 2 yards short of the first down. But Daryl, they're going to bring out the punt team, but I'm going to say at some point in time here, when you're down 42-0 here in the second half, you might need to start thinking about going for it on a couple of these.
Well, Darren Smith, he's such a tough runner. There were about 4 or 5 Benedictine Ravens around him. and no one was able to bring him down. They just stopped his forward progress, and they blew the whistle with him standing upright.
Powerful runner. 12:45 to go in this third quarter. As that punt will get away. Nice spiraling punt. It's going to be picked up by Benedictine at the 34-yard line. It's going to be fielded by Residlo there on the return. He gets up to the 43, and that's where Benedictine is going to take over. But again, that punt, the first drive, took about 2-minute, 30-second drive there, ended in a punt. So Benedictine now going to take over at the 43-yard line.
Yeah, Peru State's Jason Park was in on that tackle. Another freshman. This is a very young Bobcat team. A lot of key graduations last year.
I formation, strong to the right. Here's Hendrick. He's going to hand it off to his man, Hemmond. Hemmond's going to push forward. He'll get a gain of 3 on the play. They'll pull him down at the 46-yard line. That's going to bring up second and 7. Excuse me. So right now, Benedictine still. You're going to probably see Benedictine run just a little bit more here. Obviously, you're up 42-0. You're going to try and just control that clock. Wouldn't be surprised if they're going to start sending in some of their second stringers.
Yeah, Justin Barnes in on that tackle, another freshman for the Bobcats.
Pistol formation now, 2 wide receivers. Benedictine looks to be an option here. It's going to be a quarterback keeper as Kyle Harmick will put his head down. He'll come up forward, gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Gain of nothing on the play. Second down. They'll bring up third down now and 7.
You know what a difference a year makes. A year ago, this game, Peru State and Benedictine both were nationally ranked.
Yeah.
It was the NAIA game of the week. And actually, Benedictine was down 17 points with 14 minutes left and came back to rally to win last year 45-41. Exciting game at Auburn High School as the Oak Bowl was being renovated.
3rd and 6. There's going to be a deep pass here to the left side. Then no flag on the play. There's a little bit of contact, but everything's all good. That brings up 4th down, and just the second time today that Peru State's forced a 4th down here, but Benedictine now is going to have to punt it away. That pass incomplete, intended for the man of the hour, Hack, Christian Hack, number 9. So that'll bring up the punting unit for Benedictine now. Back to receive for Peru State. 2 receivers. They're lined up at the 17-yard line. One of them, number 10.
Oh, a bad snap on that punt, but he was able to get it away.
He gets it away. It's going to be fielded at the 13. Picked up and brought about only 5 yards or so by Jordan Steffen, the sophomore defensive back from Murdoch. Punt did get away, though, but like you said, it wasn't the best snap ever.
Yeah, Elmwood Murdoch High School. Several players over the years have come to Peru State from Elmwood Murdoch.
Elmwood Murdoch, a powerful C2 football team in Nebraska. 11:09 here in the third quarter. Peru State's going to take over on their 17-yard line.
And not only in football and basketball, they beat some C1 teams over the years.
In the veer formation, there's going to be a handoff. It's going to be a quarterback keeper, Shepard, up the right side, the far side of the field. He pretty much couldn't get anywhere except for the line of scrimmage. It brings up 2nd and 10 as they'll be on the far hash mark.
Nate Trombley got a little bit ahead of him. He was running out as the pitch man and got a little bit ahead of him when Bo Shepard got to the line of scrimmage. Had he pitched it, which I think there were too many defenders there to do so, it might have had to have been a forward pitch.
They're going to give him a yard on that one, 2nd and 9. Ball now on the 18-yard line.
Yeah, this clock will probably move a little quicker in the second half than the first. Seeing all those touchdowns, with 6 touchdowns, it slowed things down.
I formation, 2 wide receivers split for the Bobcats. Handoff to Smith, the fullback. He'll power his way forward for a gain of 2. That'll bring up 3rd now and looks to be about 6. They're up to the 21-yard line now.
They followed Dylan Brueggemann's block to make those yards.
Now, looks Smith is actually off the field for Peru State. He went limping off of the field. As he's on the far sideline, he definitely looks to be favoring that right ankle.
Eric Morrison Smith, a junior from San Diego, came in to replace Aaron Smith.
Morrison Smith now the fullback. Here's the snap. It's going to be an option coming to the near side of the field to Shepard's left. He puts his shoulder down, though. He ducks through. He gets the first down. It's going to be a carry of 8 on the on the option play, but the QB keeper, Shepherd, decided to keep it, gets the first down for Peru State.
Yeah, Bo Shepherd, that would give him about 36 yards on the day now for Peru State.
And Shepherd keeps this drive alive, the first down of this half. 9:30 to go here, third quarter, 42-0. Peru State needs to find something here. I formation again for Shepherd. Handoff to the running back, Morrison Smith. Fullback, he powers forward for a gain of 3. That'll bring up 2nd and 7. Ball now on the 32, so Peru State slowly but surely putting together a nice little drive. As they got 7 yards to go to another first down. Still haven't seen anything from Smith over on the far sideline. Another I formation, 2 wide receivers. There's a snap. Shepherd, he's going to pass it across the middle, finds his tight end, Andrew Robinson, the freshman from Imperial Beach, California. And he gets the catch, and that's the second first down for Peru State on this drive. Nice pitch and catch from Shepherd to Robinson.
Yeah, and that was actually absolutely a great catch. He was hit immediately when he caught that ball, was able to hold on to it and make it good for a first down.
So now Peru State on their own 43-yard line after that 8-yard catch. And they'll see what they can do here. And again, I formation, 2 wide receivers split. Tight end in. There's the snap handoff up the middle to Eric Morrison Smith. He'll get a gain of 4. And so Peru State's offense now slowly moving down the field. They're about 3 yards away from midfield.
Yeah, the offensive line having some success right now. Joe Hobart, Hayden Krotner, Dylan Brueggemann, Bo Goodwin, and Matt Miners in right now for the Bobcats.
2nd and 6 from the 47. Peru State really favoring this I formation right now. Shepherd under center. Harrison Moore, the fullback. He's going to hand it off to Morrison Smith. Morrison Smith powers forward. He gets 3 on that one, so now that brings up a 3rd and 3. And if you can get 3 yards of carry, no one's ever going to complain.
And Dylan Brueggemann again leading that block to allow those yards to be taken. Brueggemann's a junior from Lincoln.
Ball right at midfield, the 50-yard line, right in the middle of that Raven logo. I formation coming out for Shepherd again under center. 3 down linemen for Benedictine. There's the snap. It's going to be a QB keeper option play up the right. Shepherd, he fakes it. He's going to keep himself to the 40, to the 35, to the 30. He's breaking away. Finally gets pulled down, shoved out of bounds at the 20-yard line. They're going to mark him out at the 22. A beautiful run, though. A huge 32-yard rush on the option by Shepherd, but now Shepherd on the sideline got a little shooken up. He is on the ground, and that does not bode well for Peru State.
Now, as I mentioned, Shepherd missed a game earlier in the year due to a knee injury, and he's over there. Looked like his knee is bothering him again. Over there, he's laying on about the 15-yard line on the far side of the field, just on the out-of-bounds line. The trainer's looking at him right now.
And again, still on the ground. He is, though, out of bounds, so they're not going to – it won't be an official's timeout for an injury.
Now, they're going ahead and they're moving the chains. I mean, it's a first down. They're moving the chains down the field. And Marshall Klontz, I assume, I haven't seen him come in yet.
I hadn't either.
Marshall Klontz, I assume, will come in for the quarterback. Here he is, just coming off the sidelines, getting some directions from the coach. They're talking just right over in front of the Peru players.
The game clock still hasn't started.
So apparently the officials are stopping it for an injury.
Yeah, usually I'm pretty used to the whole if they're not on the field, but they did. Good on them. And that may be the NAI rule as well. I might be still used to high school.
Yeah, they're still putting the clock back in play now. The chains have been moved, and Bo Shepherd, a couple of people are helping him over to the bench. And it does appear to be maybe a knee injury, and we'll see if he comes back in later or what we hear.
So Marshall Klontz is going to come in. He'll hand it off automatically to Eric Morrison Smith, who powers his way forward for a gain of close to 5. It'll be a gain of 4, 2nd and 6 now. Now the Bobcats in the red zone. They're at the 18. Is new quarterback again coming in, number 1, Marshall Klontz for Peru State.
Yeah, down to 6:34 now in this third quarter.
And there's the handoff. It's going to be to Erickson Morrison Smith again. He powers his way forward. He has a nice little run. He gets a gain of 10. He gets the first down for Peru State. That's Peru State's fourth first down of this drive. And coming out of the locker room, actually doing a fairly good job on the second drive of the second half for Peru State with 6:25.
Eric Morrison Smith had a really good game against Evangel. They went into overtime, and unfortunately Peru State lost, but Eric Morrison had some good numbers, both receiving and rushing.
Here's the handoff again to Eric Morrison. He, though, this time not going to get anything as a plethora of Benedictine defensive linemen coming in to get the stop. And they'll give that tackle to Josh Montgomery, the linebacker, along with looked to be couldn't exactly see the other man in on the tackle there.
Yeah, Peru State inside the 10 at the 9-yard line right now. The clock running, 5:48 in the third quarter.
Second and goal now from the 9-yard line. Peru State in the ace formation. Back to pass is Collins. He throws to the deep corner. It's incomplete. Now the pass was caught, overthrown though, out of the back of the end zone. Incomplete there, intended. Looks to be intended for number 7, John Frink.
Yeah, the wide receiver for the Bobcats went into the corner of the end zone. If the ball could have been thrown just a little bit shorter, of course, there'd have been the risk of an interception because it good coverage on him. But he was able to, the ball was lofted over top of him, but because of that, he wasn't able to come down with his foot in bounds.
And credit him on the catch. Still a nice catch.
Oh, it was
get
a great
that
catch.
Down.
And then a somersault to end it.
Here's the snap I formation, play action, back to pass. He's going to find his man to the left side. That's the tight end Robinson again. He gets a nice couple yards there. They move up to the 5 now, and that's going to bring up a 4th and 5, or 4th and goal from the 5-yard line as Marshall Klontz completes his first pass of the day.
He had another freshman, that Andrew Robinson's a freshman. A lot of freshmen for Peru State on the field this afternoon. Imperial Beach, California, 6'4", 230 pounds, a nice-sized tight end. It looks like Peru State's going to go for a field goal here.
Greg Connery coming out. He's going to try and give him 3 points and avoid the shutout at least. 45 minutes to go here in this third quarter. The snap, the hold, the kick is up. The kick is good. Greg Connery ends this drive. He gets the Peru State Bobcats on the board, 42-3. We'll take a quick break here. B103 Sports, your score, Benedictine 42, Peru State 3 off of the Greg Connery field goal.
How many times are your kids asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? No matter what the answer, a college education will likely play a big part. Statistics show that children who grow up with savings accounts are 6 times more likely to attend college. At Arbor Bank, we offer starter savings accounts for kids under the age of 20. Savings accounts are a great way to get them headed down the right path. It's never too early to start saving for the future at Arbor Bank. Arbor Bank, helping you grow. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
Stay tuned for the Peru State College postgame show after the game on B103.
Welcome back here to Benedictine College. Peru State putting a very long drive together. A 6-minute and 52-second drive there to get capped off by a Greg Connery field goal. They were stopped at the goal line, but now 42-3 your score, at least Peru State avoiding that shutout. And as Connery here, he's going to kick that off. A nice kick deep into Benedictine territory. And Benedictine, that was Christian Hack, that was going to try and pick up the ball at the 5-yard line. He let it go because he thought it was going to go out of bounds. Yeah. Bounced out of the back of the end zone. It's a touchback.
So, yeah, Peru State will have to start defending from the 25. It's too bad. That ball almost looked like, like you mentioned, it was going to go out of bounds. Also, the way it was bouncing, it looked like it could have just died.
Yeah.
Which is what I was hoping for. It'd been great to see that ball die on about the 2-yard line. So Benedictine would start from the 2 rather than 25, but it's a touchback, and Benedictine offense is on the 25-yard line.
In an I formation, fullback to the strong side, the near side of the field, under center. Here's the snap. It's going to be a handoff again to running back. He's still on his feet to the 35, to the 40. He finally gets dragged down at the 45-yard line. Nice run there by Marlon Mitchell, the running back from Overland Park, Kansas.
Yeah, that tackle by Peru State's Elijah Hawkins, another freshman. It's been a freshman-filled day for the Bobcats here at Atchison, Kansas, Benedictine College.
Correction, still Tyler Hennis, the running back number 27. The 2 and the 3 mixed that one up a little bit. It'll be a first down, though, again for Benedictine. Here's the snap. It'll be a handoff again to Hennon. Hennon puts his way up, gets a halfway. It pretty much gets a nice 10-yard run there. They'll give him 9, so they won't get the first down. It'll be about second and pretty much inches there as he powers his way forward off of the left side of his left tackle for a nice. They'll give him only 8 actually. So it'll be. They keep moving it on me. It'll be 9, 2nd and 1 now from the Peru State 42.
Justin Barnes was one among many Bobcat players that got up out of that pile.
Harmich still the quarterback, I formation. He's under center. He takes the snap. He'll hand it off to Heeman. Heeman powers his way forward. He's going to be right up the middle of the field, still untouched to the 20. He has 2 men to beat. Powers forward, puts his shoulder down to the 15. Finally brought down at the 13-yard line. So another huge run. That's a 35-yard run by Alex Heeman. As now the Ravens in the red zone at the 13.
Got an update from Hillsboro, Kansas. Friends is still leading Tabor 7-0 with 5:30 to go in the second quarter.
Tyler Hennis, the running back here, just putting on a performance right now. And now it's 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line. Benedictine in the red zone again. Pistol formation, 2 wide receivers. Fullback to the quarterback's right. Hennon behind the quarterback. Here's the snap. It looks like being an option. He's going to pitch it back way in the backfield to Heeman. Heeman, though, pushing forward to the 10 to the 5. He's going to keep up. He gets the touchdown there. The Ravens on the board again. Give that 48-3 now off of the touchdown for Benedictine there on the nice 13-yard touchdown rush. That looks to be Marlon Mitchell, number 37 there on the run.
It looked like Alex Wessels was going to get a sack on that play. Just got to the quarterback and hit him as he released that pitch. Alex Wessels was our player of the game on the first game against Midland.
So a 13-yard touchdown rush by Mitchell, with the PAT being good as well. 49-3 your score here from Benedictine College. Peru State down big here. Again, 49-3. We'll take a break here on B103 Sports.
That sound usually means rain, which is a welcome guess, but it can also mean damaging winds and hail that can do damage to your car's windshield or body. If your car gets caught up in a storm, call Strigo's Southside Body Shop. Strigo's has been replacing windshields, removing dents, and restoring automobile finishes for years. With ASC certified technicians, computer-matched paint, and a state-of-the-art paint booth, Strigo's Southside Body Shop in Auburn will have your car restored to its original condition in no time.
Bobcat football, today's best country, B103.
Welcome back here to Benedictine College. It's been all Benedictine so far, 49-3. Colton Spearman here filling in for Doc along with Daryl Obermeyer. And Daryl, 49-3 right now, has not been Peru State's best day.
Well, no, it really hasn't. This surprise is as closely as these two teams played last year. See the difference in this game right now. 45-41 final a year ago. But it's all Benedictine today.
Derek Rogers kicking off for Benedictine and back at the 5. It's going to be picked up at the 10 for Peru State, brought up to the 25, to the 30, the far sideline again. Favoring that far sideline, it looks to be marked down at the 35 back to receive their Logan Pabin and Jordan Steffen. Couldn't see if that was Pabin or Steffen on the return there, but a nice return up to the 35.
Yeah, it was Pabin.
Pabin on the return. He gets a nice 25-yard return there. Peru State takes over on their own 35-yard line here with 2:52 to go in this third quarter. I formation, 2 wide receivers on the near side of the football field here. Still in a quarterback is Marshall Klontz. They're still moving from left to right on their own 35. Here's the snap. It's going to be a play action, back to passes. He's going to find a deep intended man. Can he get it? No, incomplete. Well defended by Benedictine. That pass was intended for Don Wilkerson, the freshman wide receiver from Fresno, Texas. Actually did a really good job there, but got it knocked away.
Yeah, the two collided just right after he touched the ball. A very, very good defensive play on the part of the Ravens. That very well could have been a completed pass, and Peru State had the ball on about the 32-yard line of the Ravens.
Peru State coming back out now, still in that I formation. 2 wide receivers split one way out here close to the mid-side. There's the snap. It's going to be an option to the near side of the football field here. Klontz is going to just put his head down and march upfield. He'll get a gain of, looks initially to be 5. Nice 5-yard run on the option quarterback keeper. Third and 5 now from the Peru State 40.
Yeah, they're calling it just exactly a 5-yard gain. They put the ball at the nose right on the 40-yard line.
So, Daryl, now all of a sudden Peru State, I mean, sure, they're little runs, 5 yards here, 3 yards there, but now their offense just starting to move a little bit.
Well, yeah, they really are. I haven't gone through all the numbers to see if Benedictine's subbing yet. On the offense, when they were coming down the field, it looked like Benedictine was still pretty well had their first unit in, but we need to check some numbers on this defense.
Klontz in the shotgun, 4 wide receivers, back to pass for him. He throws across the middle of the field, and it's going to be incomplete. The refs are going to say that touched the ground, intended for John Frank. Looked like he had gotten it to me, but they're closer to the field, and ball touched the turf.
Yeah, it looked like from where it looked like it hit the ground just ahead of his fingers, like maybe it scraped right on the ground. That would have been complete to about the 45-yard line, and would have been enough for a first down had he been able to catch that ball. It had been just a couple inches higher. He dove to catch it, but where he landed and would have caught the ball, it would have been about the 46-yard line of Peru State.
Sullivan will be punting from the 26-yard line. Christian Hack lined up at the 23. And it's going to be a fake, actually. They fake it, and it's going to be completed there. And they get the first down. Peru State on the punt fake. Still on his feet, moving forward to the 30-yard line. Up to the 26-yard line now. A huge fake there. Ben Watkins, the line... James Sluka, the freshman running back from Exeter, Nebraska. He gets the ball on that fake there, and that huge play.
We've been talking about what are we going to have as the play of the game, and it's been a little slim pickings today, but that certainly has to be in the running.
Nice fake punt there. Nice throw by Sullivan, the punter.
Well, they had him throw a ball earlier in the season on a fake punt, and unfortunately the pass was dropped. It could have been complete, but it was dropped. But a great play there to keep the Bobcats, and they're now down to the 25-yard line.
First and 10 from the 26 exactly. Back to pass is Klontz. He's going to be pressured. He's rolling to his right to avoid. He's going to run it himself. He gets about 5 until he's knocked out of bounds. Gain of 6 for him. 2nd and 4 now. Nice awareness, though, by Marshall Klontz.
I would sure have to be spotting for Benedictine. I was trying just to read what number it was that ran Klontz out of bounds, and I just can't see the number. Yeah, those red numbers on the black uniforms, and then they're surrounded in white, and it just can't read them.
That's why I'm always a fan of doing away games when you have the white jerseys.
That's right.
So much easier.
Yeah.
Klontz under center I formation. Looks to be an option to the left side, the near side of the field. He's going to keep it himself before being brought down. It looks initially just about to the line of scrimmage. Again, that brings up 2nd and 6. Ball still at the 22-yard line.
Yeah, those plays at Trombley just haven't really worked very well today. They've sniffed them out, and there just hasn't even been room to pitch the ball. There's been too many defenders between the quarterback and the running back even, and whether it was Shepard or Klontz, they just haven't been able to get the ball to Trombley.
Benedictine doing a good job shutting down the option offense for Peru State here today. 20 seconds to go and counting here in this third quarter. This will probably be the last play before the third quarter comes to an end. They'll come out 3 wide receivers, twins to the far side of the field for Klontz. They play action, back to pass. He'll have some time rolling to his right. He decides to tuck it and run. He's going to get met, though. Bad decision for him as he was met automatically by a linebacker for Benedictine, as that will bring us to the end of the third quarter, where your score, Benedictine 49, Peru State 3, getting 3 points here in this third quarter. We'll take a break here on B103. We'll be back for fourth quarter action between Benedictine and Peru State.
You drive a car, you own a home, and you need insurance on both. So why not see if you can save money in the process? I'm Brent Harson of the B. Harson Agency. When you insure both your home and auto with American Family Insurance, you may qualify for a substantial money-saving discount. Interested? Call me, Brent Harson, at the B. Harson Agency today at 402-269-3392.
That sound usually means rain, which is a welcome guess, but it can also mean damaging winds and hail that can do damage to your car's windshield or body. If your car gets caught up in a storm, call Strigo's Southside Body Shop. Strigos has been replacing windshields, removing dents, and restoring automobile finishes for years. With ASC certified technicians, computer-matched paint, and a state-of-the-art paint booth, Strigos Southside Body Shop in Auburn will have your car restored to its original condition in no time.
Your home for today's best country and Peru State athletics. KBIE Auburn, Nebraska City. B103 and B103.FM.
Welcome back here to the beautiful campus of Benedictine College. 49-3 your score. We're starting off the fourth quarter here. 15 minutes to go. It's 4th down and 7 from the Peru State 23-yard line, and they're now moving from left to right. They're lined up in a field goal now because it's 4th down, and looks like Greg Connery going to be coming out to try and get a field goal. He's lined up at the holder lined up at the 30, so it's looking to be about a 40-yard field goal. But right now the side referee talking with head coach Wilcox for Benedictine. Not too sure what they're saying down there, but we'll get things going now here, start of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and it's, in practice, without a defense there, he can make that length. They tried that one earlier in the year, but it was blocked. The trajectory was fairly low, which it has to be for this distance.
So let's see what he can do here on 4th down, a 40-yard field goal. He's lined up on the right side of the hash. The snap, the hole is down. The kick is up. It's long enough, and it's good. Greg Connery nailing his second field goal today. The 40-yarder. Had a 22-yarder earlier. Nails this 40-yarder here now. So the score, 49-6. Peru State back on the board again. We'll take another break here on B103 Sports.
Ever needed a prescription and wondered how you'd pick it up? Moser's U-Save in Nebraska City and Cody's U-Save in Auburn offer the convenience of drive-through windows and in-town delivery right to your front door. Our pharmacists and staff are proud members of our communities and work hard to offer small-town convenience along with fast, friendly service. Stop in, drive up, or have it delivered. You save time and find convenience with your locally owned U-Save pharmacies, Health Mart pharmacies, caring for you and about you.
Back to more Bobcat football on today's best country, B103.
Welcome back. Colton Spearman filling in here for Doc, and alongside me as always, Daryl. Great to be here up in the broadcast with you, but I'm starting to think I'm a bad omen for Peru State right now. 49-6 after that field goal made by Connery, 40 yards.
Well, and the thing is, it's a great atmosphere here today. Homecoming for Benedictine. The cheerleaders on the sidelines. They have a dance squad here by the cheerleaders. Full house here at
O'Malley Field.
O'Malley Field and Wilcox Stadium is what they are.
That's going to be picked up by Vince Hall. He dropped that in the end zone. He had to pick it up and return it. He picks it up at the 20-yard line. He fights his way forward though to the 25. He tried to catch it on the right at the goal line, dropped it and went back into the end zone. Have to pick it up and return it. That's a live ball.
So actually, he could have downed it. He could have down in the end zone, or would that have been a safety since he touched it?
He touched it. His foot was still, when he caught it, his foot was at about the 1-yard line.
So he had to go, okay.
And then he dropped it into the end zone.
Because it actually had that bit of touchback. It would have been the same result. Square on the 25-yard line.
Right.
So he did all that work basically.
For nothing.
But he did the wise play and actually saved Benedictine 2 points.
In the Wildcat now, number 21, Devon Childress, the quarterback. He's going to take it himself, direct snap up the right side. Gets about 3 there, going to the far side of the field. It'll bring up 2nd and 7. Devon Childress from Frisco, Texas, 5'8" junior running back.
Yeah, the Benedictine leaving most of the first stringers in here.
Which is actually kind of a shock to me.
Yeah, right now they just nope, the first string quarterback just went back in there in the Wildcat in the last play, and they put Keenan Kruger actually in now as quarterback.
Kruger on this 2nd and 7. This is going to be play action. He'll be back to pass. He has some time rolling to his left, throws across his shoulder. It's completed at the 45, and it'll be dropped down at the 50. He gets 5 yards after the catch there, completed to number 7, Vince Hall, the sophomore from Miami, Florida.
Garrett Herring, a sophomore from Falls City, was in on that tackle for the Bobcats. The Bobcats are doing some subbing right now defensively. A lot of players getting to play. Cody Combs, sophomore linebacker from Plattsmouth, also in for the Bobcats right now.
I formation, and there's going to be a handoff here. Coming up the left side, he's going to sweep to the outside. Brought down, though, pretty quickly. Gain of 2.5. They're going to give him 2 on the play. ball carrier there. Number 25 for Benedictine, Dan Mihalik.
Christian Ruiz, another freshman for the Bobcats on that tackle. He's from Omaha.
Now, pretty much, as you can see, most second stringers now in, and this is a time when coaches can take advantage of seeing how their second stringers can actually come out and perform.
Yeah, this game today seems to be dominated by freshmen on Peru State side. Benedictine has enough players, and they have a JV program. They have no freshmen suited up on this varsity team.
Pistol formation, pitch to the right. That's going to be a pitch again to Mihalik. He's going to work his way forward, gets about a gain of 1, pretty much basically right back up to the original line of scrimmage as Keenan Kruger pitched that one a little late to him. Keenan Kruger again, the quarterback, number 16. He's a 6'2", 195-pound junior from Silver Lake, Kansas. And with 12:58 and counting, still 49-6. Benedictine now, after that run, into Peru State territory. 3rd and 7 from the Peru State 47. Two wide receivers back to passes. Kruger, he has some time. He throws right across the middle. Completed pass, first down. He caught that one and was on the ground right at the 46-yard line. But this is a generous spot. They'll move it up to the 35, and Benedictine with another first down here. Kruger, nice pitch and catch.
Ben Watkins in on that stop for the Bobcats. Watkins, a junior linebacker out of Omaha.
So Kruger now has come in, completed a decent amount of catches here. Stats still waiting to come in for Kruger, but he has done a good job here so far for Benedictine. Here's the snap. He's going to hand it off, and what a nice tackle in the backfield. Number 34 for Peru State, Christian Ruiz, the freshman, getting in the backfield. Tackle for a loss on the play. That brings up second down and about 15. With about 12, just under 12 minutes here in this fourth quarter. Peru State offense has started to work a little bit. They have 6 points now off of 2 field goals, a 40-yarder by Connery and a 22-yarder by Connery in the third quarter. Benedictine in the pistol right now. Back to passes. Kruger, it's going to be a draw play. Hands it off to his running back. Kind of fumbled the ball there for a second. Fell right back on it, though. They'll give him a forward progress to the 37, which is a gain of about 3, but still 2 yards behind the original line of scrimmage, 3rd and 12.
Would you pronounce that Milik? Is that how you do that?
Yeah, I've been, it has been...
Milik, I believe I pronounced number 25?
Dan Milik.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's interesting down in front of us, there are some guys with their shirts off that with the Ravens spelled, but they spell it wrong because the Z is in the wrong place. They need to look at their backs and stand in the right spot.
Yeah, that is a little interesting. Back to passes. Kruger, he's going to throw it deep to the right side of the field. Nice place there. Almost reeled in, but incomplete to Vince Hall. He had to flip around to catch that one. Seemed like he lost that one in the sun. That'll bring up fourth down.
Robert George is a sophomore defensive back out of Auburn High School. Was in on that defensive play. A lot of subs in for the Bobcats right now. Nick Lechenberg out of Omaha, freshman, also in right now as a linebacker. Hopefully they'll be able to clear the benches today and get some playing time for some of these guys.
Always nice to get that extra playing time in. It just gives you that experience that you so want. 4th and 12 now. Benedictine is going to be going for it here on 4th and 12. There's a snap by Kruger. Back to pass. Play action. Rolls to his right. He has some room. Throws to his right side. It is incomplete. He had his man wide open. Would have been a first down, but he bobbled. The intended receiver bobbled the ball. Couldn't reel it in. That's a turnover on downs.
Devin Moore on coverage for Peru State there. He's a sophomore from Oakland, Iowa.
Intended receiver there on that play, number 25, Dan Milik. I want to say Mihalik on that one for number 25. He was the intended receiver, couldn't reel it in. So now with 10:51, Peru State will come in and take over from the 37-yard line. There's a snap handoff up the middle, pushing forward to about the 40-yard line. We'll see where they mark him down. They'll mark him right at the 40. Handoff there. They get a couple yards, 3 to be exact. There's the 40-yard line. 2nd and 7 now with 10:30 to go in this fourth quarter.
Another freshman for Peru State, Jake Goebel from Des Moines, Iowa, 5'9", 200 pounds in on that carry for the Bobcats.
So a lot of people getting a lot of touches here now in this fourth quarter. There's a handoff to the fullback powering forward. He gets about a gain of 3 on the play. Peru State's offense moving slowly but surely, but they have done a better job on their ground game here today in the second half.
Yeah, that's Jake Goebel again for the Bobcats.
Jake Goebel.
Now bringing in Andrew Robinson now in as a tight end. Jake Coughlin, another freshman from Omaha, just leaves the field.
He's a freshman wide receiver from Omaha. I formation, 2 tight ends, 1 wide receiver on the near side of the field. Play action, back to pass. He steps back, finds Robinson at the 45. He'll try and power his way forward, leans forward, gets 2, and looks like it'll be enough for the first down on that third down. So Peru State gets the first down. They move the chains. It'll be 1st and 10 from their, pretty much close to midfield from their own 47 with 9:30 and counting to go.
And Andrew Robinson had several defenders on him. Mark Pittman went downfield on a fly pattern, but only covered with 1 person for the Ravens, and several players were sticking around for Robinson, and he was, but it was good enough for a first down.
1st and 10 from the 48-yard line. Peru State pretty much right at midfield. We'll see if they can keep this drive alive here. Play action, back to pass again is Clance. He's going to throw it deep to the center of the field. It is caught. Oh, no, it was incomplete. It looked, though, it looked like his receiver reeled it in. Number 87, Jake Coughlin, the freshman wide receiver that Daryl just mentioned, looked as though he made that catch, but just couldn't hold on.
Yeah, he hit the ground and lost it. It's one of those close calls. Did the ground cause the fumble, or did he just not have good possession?
Yeah.
And apparently the back judge in that area thought he just didn't have a good enough possession to call the first down. Randy Catula is here this afternoon. Just walked up and waved at us in the booth.
So that'll bring up 2nd and 10 from the 48-yard line. Nice throw there, though, by Marshall Clance. There's going to be a handoff up the middle. Running it way forward, gets 5 yards there on the carry again. Number 46, Jake Goebel again, the freshman running back from Des Moines, Iowa.
Douglas Kelsey Jr., a sophomore from Council Bluffs, Iowa, is now in on the offensive line for Peru State.
It's always nice as a coach. One positive you can bring out of these games, just getting your freshmen some experience, and just hopefully they can mentally build off of that. 3rd and 5 here. Back to pass, play action again. He's going to throw across the middle into triple coverage still. He made the catch, it looks like. No, they're going to call it incomplete. Didn't reel it in there. Andrew Robinson was the intended receiver. It looked as though he caught it, but they're going to say incomplete. Brings up 4th and 5 now from the 37. So we'll see. Looks as though Peru State, though, just going to be going for it here.
Yeah, Robinson has a lot of respect from this Raven defense. Wherever he goes, 3 or 4 players go.
Yeah, and he was definitely in triple coverage. I will give him credit, though. He got up and out of that triple coverage to make, at least try to make the catch.
Yeah, he did. Well, another California player here for the Bobcats. The officials are calling a timeout. Let's see what they're...
It's going to be a timeout for Peru State, their first of this half. And we're going to take a break along with them here on B103 Sports, 49-6. Benedictine on top with 8:29 to go here in the fourth quarter.
Are you or someone you care for downsizing or moving to town but need affordable housing? Prairie Hill Senior Townhomes in Syracuse could be your home. 2-bed, 1-bath, covered porch, and attached garage all on one level. Appliances including stackable washer-dryer provided. Best of all, maintenance, lawn care, and snow removal are done for you. Ask about 19 and up 1-bid housing at Westview Manor Apartments. Contact Syracuse Housing Authority for income qualifications. They offer an equal housing opportunity.
Stay tuned for the Peru State College postgame show after the game on B103.
Welcome back here. Colton Spearn filling in for Doc along with me, Daryl Obermeyer, as usual. 49-6, it's been all Benedictine here, but Peru State's offense picking up here in the second half. 2 field goals made by Connery, a 40-yarder and a 22-yarder. Right now with 8:29, it's 4th and 5, and Peru State is going to try and complete this one back to pass. It's going to be deflected, incomplete, turnover on downs. Marshall Clance had a wide-open man in Robinson, but it was deflected by a defensive lineman for Benedictine, and that's 3 and out now here with 8:26 to go. So 4 and out, and Benedictine will take over on their own 47-yard line. So Benedictine with great field position to start this one off.
And Benedictine already has 545 yards in total offense.
Wow.
With 20 first downs coming into this possession.
Here's the snap. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. Get about 3 yards on the run. Of course, Kruger still in for Benedictine. That handoff there to Dan Mihalik. I'm still going with Mihalik.
Yeah, Isaiah Spears, a senior linebacker out of St. Louis, was in on that. Came out the bottom of the pile. There are about a half a dozen Bobcats in on that pile with that stop, but he was at the bottom of the pile, and so apparently the first one to grab the running back from Benedictine.
2nd and 6 from the Peru State 49. There's going to be a nice handoff there, and a wide-open fullback. He's still on his feet to the 20, to the 15, and he had a lot of yards there. A handoff. No one was expecting it to be going to the fullback there. He had a lot of space to run. That run by number 49, Justin Vincent.
Yeah, Chance Bowman, a freshman out of Beatrice, made that tackle for the Bobcats. It looked like maybe Cody Sullivan was going to get that tackle, but he broke loose from it. And they're actually down inside the red zone now, at the 14-yard line.
Correction, that was Justin Torres, number 45, the fullback, on the run there for Benedictine. So now they're in the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 15. Let's see if they'll punch it in here. Kruger under center. There's the snap. He's going to hand it off to his running back, Mihalik. He's going to push forward, but he'll get pushed out of bounds. Number 42 in on the tackle for Peru State, Chance Bowman, the freshman linebacker from Beatrice.
Yeah, 2 tackles in a row for him. A lot of players seeing playing time for Peru State, but without a JV and not a freshman program, you have to depend on games like this for players to get in, whether it's a blowout one way or the other, to get some players off the bench.
And that sure is the advantage of the NAIA, being able to have those JV games to get you experience. Here's the snap. It's going to be a handoff again to Mihalik. He's going to power forward up to the 5-yard line. He was touched at about the 7, but dragged a couple plays forward. Peru State actually signaling they had the ball for a second. And they do. A fumble on the play. I didn't actually see that fumble. It was late, but Peru State coming up with it. So they'll have a shot now with 6:33 to go here to try and drive down the field.
Well, if nothing else, at least to keep the defense off the field for a while.
Yeah.
This defense has been on the field just an incredible amount of time today. As of the end of the third quarter, Peru State, at the half, Peru State had only had the ball a third of the time.
They've had it much more now this second half as their offense held onto the ball for quite some time. Actually, their second drive here in the third quarter was a 6-minute drive, so they've put together some pretty decent offensive drives here, but this one's going to start from the 5. Here's the snap, back to pass, number 22, Tommy Wilson, the freshman. He completes his pass forward. Nice pitch and catch there. Tommy Wilson up to his wide receiver, John Frank.
Yeah, Tommy Wilson, 22 is his number. That's not the number you quite often see. It almost looked like the Wildcat when he went up into the formation. But he's another California player here for the Bobcats. 6'1", 180 pounds from Waldemar, California.
Just nearing 6 minutes to go here in this final quarter. And Tommy Wilson in a quarterback. He's under center right now in the I formation. 1st and 10 from the 16. Here's the snap. It's going to be an option. He's coming to his right side of the quarterback keeper. There's the pitch. It's late. Still on his feet, though. He'll get tackled at the 16. On the pitch there, on the receiving end of it, number 39 for Peru State. That's Levi Wazer, the freshman running back from Seward. That brings up 2nd now and 8 from the 18.
Yeah, it's really great to see this many players for Peru State. It's unfortunate it's because they're trailing like they do. This is probably very similar to that 70-6 loss Peru State suffered over at William Penn in Oskaloosa a few years back. And Peru had beaten William Penn the year before.
Tommy Wilson went for the option there, but to the far side of the field. He was dragged down, though, in the backfield. That's a tackle for the loss, and they're going to give that tackle to number 11, Bryce Barnett, defensive back out of Holton, Kansas. As we just 5 minutes to go here in the fourth. So that brings up 3rd and 10 from the original line of scrimmage at the 16-yard line. We'll see what Tommy Wilson, the quarterback, can do for Peru State.
Yeah, 3rd down and 10. Peru State's been faced with a lot of third downs.
A lot today. We'll see what they can do there. He's going to come up in the pistol formation with 2 wide receivers, twins to the near side of the field here, as there's a flag on the play. Came from the back judge. It's probably going to be a delay of game. And it is delay of game on Peru State, so they'll move them back 5. It's going to be 3rd and 15 now from the 11.
Yeah, Peru State's punted 6 times today, so you can see there's a lot of third down conversions that they didn't make. They have 6 punts, plus they went on 4th down in a time. So at least 7 times Peru State didn't convert a 3rd down.
Let's see if they can convert this 3rd and long now. 3rd and 15 from the 11. 3 wide receivers in now. Trips to the near side of the field. And Wilson, he's going to be in some trouble. He threw the ball away just in time as he was getting pressured at the goal line. Almost had a safety, but he threw it away.
Threw it away, and they're not going to throw a flag. The ball crossed the line of scrimmage, so there's not going to be an intentional grounding call. The linesman immediately ran out and showed that the ball had crossed the line of scrimmage before it hit the ground. So a punt from deep in the end zone by the Bobcats.
He'll be about 3 yards into his own end zone. Lined up to receive this punt for Benedictine.
Actually, Condrian to punt this one, not Sullivan.
Oh, yeah.
Different punter for the Bobcats.
He is the backup punter as well. Connery, that punt is a high but not a very far punt. It takes a Peru State bounce, though. It landed actually in the Benedictine on the 40-yard line, but it took a roll, and pretty much right at midfield is where they're going to spot this one.
So that'll be just about a 40-yard punt, and there was no return on it. Peru State was able to get downfield, plus it did roll out of bounds and it hit the ground. But there was some hang time on that.
There was a lot of hang time on that. It got really high up there.
Yeah, high enough up that we looked directly out at the punt. That was a long ways in the air, and we're quite a ways up above this field here in Atchison.
So 4:03 to go. Benedictine's going to take over on their own 49. There's the handoff. It's going to be nothing doing there. Tackle for a loss as 2 Peru State players, number 52 getting in the backfield, getting the tackle. That's Andrew Shackelford, a freshman from Bradenton, Florida.
We've had to have called the names of at least a dozen freshmen this afternoon, if not more.
Way more than that.
For the Bobcats.
I've been looking over here half the time.
Well, if coach can get these guys to stick around, there's a real good future for this program.
Pretty much all freshmen out on the defensive side of the ball for Peru State right now. Benedictine comes out under center is Kruger. 2 wide receivers split. Play action. He's going to roll to his left. Nice block there for the 50-yard line. Quarterback keeper still on his feet to the 40. Almost looked like he stepped out of bounds. Powers his way forward to the 41-yard line, 2 yards short of the first down. So a 10-yard run on that 2nd and 11 will produce now a 3rd and 2.
Ryan Zolke, a sophomore out of Sterling, was one of the several Bobcats in on that tackle.
A big hit, though, by Benedictine. The gain of yardage was all because of a huge hit. Peru State, one of the defensive linemen almost had the tackle, but got laid out by an offensive lineman for Benedictine. 2:40 to go here. 3rd and 2 from the 41-yard line. Let's see what Benedictine does here as they come out in the I formation. Kruger, going to be a play action. He rolls to his right, and he's going to just take it himself up to the 20. To the 30, into the 25. That Corey Mays there for Benedictine.
The head linesman threw a flag, though. I don't know. He threw it right after the snap. I don't know if there was enough time to get a hold in, if it was an offside.
We'll get the call from the head referee. It's going to be an illegal formation on Benedictine. It's a 5-yard penalty. They'll replay 3rd down, so it's going to be 3rd now and 7. Are they going to move him back a little further even? Actually, it's just 5 yards. It'll be a 3rd and 7 as the ball now is spotted at the 46-yard line. The Peru State 46. So a longer 3rd and 7 now for Benedictine. In trying to see now, seems as though there was a new quarterback in for the Ravens. Didn't look like Kruger out there anymore. And there looks like there's going to be a timeout by Benedictine. Their first here of the second half. We're going to take a quick break with them. 49-6 your score. Benedictine on top of Peru State. We'll be right back on B103 Sports.
School is back in session and fall sports are in full swing. Your life is busy and it's easy to forget about our health. Vision is an important part of health, and poor vision can affect performance in the classroom and on the court or field. Lifetime Vision Center suggests eye exams on a regular basis, and the start of school and school activities is a great time to rule out any problems with vision affecting your child's performance in activities and, most important, the classroom. Put healthy eyes first and contact Lifetime Vision Center in Auburn.
Back to more Bobcat football on today's best country, B103.
Okay. Yeah. 44, Bryson.
Go.
8, Kendall Williams. 31.
Welcome back here to Benedictine. 2:04 to play here. It's 3rd and 7. Back to pass. He's going to throw a deep bomb to the right side. Incomplete. That's going to bring up 4th down. Seems to be a little bit of confusion there, and some clarifications there on some of the players. Number 31, Benedictine, the quarterback right now.
Yeah, and it says Corey Mays, but we're just told that wasn't the player it was. There's an error in the program.
Trying to see, believe it might be Jacob Custer, something like that. But that'll bring up 4th down anyway, and Benedictine is going to be forced to punt here with 1:58 in this 4th quarter. Too many men on the field for Peru State. Let's see if they can get off on time. Looks like they did. No one really noticed that. It's a high punt. It's going to be fair catch at the 13-yard line by Pabin. But number 30 for Peru State, Alex Roth, was the senior on the field. He was the 12th man. He had to sprint off to make sure he didn't get the penalty there. So with 1:50 after that punt, Peru State will take over. See if they can create something here with 1:50 to go. And still kind of be nice for them to try and punch one into the end zone before the end of this game. We'll see if they can do that.
Yeah, so far just field goals.
They'll take over on the Peru State 14. But what a day Logan Pabin has had here so far for the Bobcats.
Well, yeah, he really has. Just a great defensive day. But, with all the points on the board, you wouldn't think it. But you're missing a couple other people. Briar Burr isn't back there with him. And, it kind of hurts when you don't have some of the starters back there with you. And then in the linebacker place, Piotrowski is out. And so that a few things make a difference.
Jake Goebel gets tackled for a 1-yard loss. That brings up 2nd and 11 now. 4 wide receivers for Peru State. Goebel on the handoff again. He'll try and push his way forward. Gets 2 yards on the play. So now 3rd and 9 from the 14-yard line. A quick 3rd and 9. Minute 12 here. Looks like this one is pretty much winding down. Stay tuned for post-game show with Daryl.
Yeah, Jake Goebel again. Jake has had several rushes this afternoon for Peru State. That's carry number 4, I believe, and about 7 yards on those 4 carries. Some tough yards against this Raven defense, and Benedictine also doing some subbing now out in the game.
8 seconds to go on the play clock. 5 seconds. There's the snap. He's going to be Tommy Wilson on the rollout to his left side. It's going to be a keeper there. He's going to march his way forward, puts his shoulder down, gets enough for the first down, it looks like. 33 seconds to go. The clock stops as he went out of bounds.
Yeah, the way the linesman came in, he just signaled the official just signaled first down, the ref. So they're going to move the chain. So, really a great run by Tommy Wilson, the freshman quarterback here for the Bobcats here late in the game.
29.6 seconds left on the scoreboard here in this 4th quarter. 3 wide receivers for Tommy Wilson to work with. 1st and 10.
Ibrahim Shaid, a junior, just came in for Benedictine, another one of their subs.
In the pistol formation, here's the snap. Wilson back to pass. He's on his own 15. He's going to get pressured, looks to step up. He throws, makes a completed catch there to and that's actually the number 1, Marshall Krantz. He is a quarterback. He's listed as a quarterback wide receiver. Makes the catch.
Well, early in the season, before Tyler Audsley was injured, when there were 2 quarterbacks, Marshall Krantz was playing as a wide receiver. And then when Tyler Audsley was injured, he was moved back to the quarterback spot.
And 10 seconds to go. This looks to be the last play of the game. 4 wide receivers in. 8 seconds to go on this snap. Back to pass. Marshall looks like he wants to heave it deep. He's going to get hit as he throws incomplete there. That'll stop the clock actually with 3.4 seconds, so they'll still have one more play. But getting into the backfield for Benedictine looks to be number 57, Kevin White, the senior linebacker out of Tampa Bay, Florida.
Yeah, it looks like with the homecoming, a few people left after the halftime ceremony, it looks like, for Benedictine, but quite a bit of blue off to our left. Peru State gets a nice following, and I'm looking forward to those pork chops after we get off the air this afternoon.
Oh, that sounds great. Third and 4. Here we go. Last play of the game. Peru State's Tommy Wilson. He's going to step back, throws across the middle, incomplete. And that's going to do it here from Benedictine College. Your final score, the Benedictine Ravens 49, Peru State 6. We're going to take a break here. B103 Sports. We'll be back with a post-game show with Daryl. I'm Colton Spearman. Daryl, I appreciate you having me here, and sorry I have to leave on you, head back to Omaha.
Well, yeah, it was nice working with you, and maybe some other time down the road to see you again.
Probably so. But again, finally, 49-6, your final score here. We'll be right back with Daryl's post-game here on B103 Sports.
School is back in session and fall sports are in full swing. Your life is busy and it's easy to forget about our health. Vision is an important part of health, and poor vision can affect performance in the classroom and on the court or field. Lifetime Vision Center suggests eye exams on a regular basis, and the start of school and school activities is a great time to rule out